People pleasers don't lack confidence. We lack permission. About 40 years ago, I was living in an economically depressed area and jobs were scarce. So I became an Avon lady. I did well enough that I was picked up by a regional manager and asked to help recruit other women. My job was pretty simple. Just go out, meet the women who had applied for a territory, and show them how this worked. Now, one of the first women I met lived on a very rural farm. She met me in the driveway, wearing overalls and rubber billy boots with cow poop on her pants. Her hair was pulled back really tight in a tiny bun. She had no makeup on. She was missing a few teeth. Her face was weather beaten. I honestly thought she was her husband when she came out. But she was warm. She was friendly. And she invited me in for a cup of tea after changing her pants. She was so smart and funny. Her laughter was as warm as the tea. And she told me that she was lonely. She felt isolated. She was spending way more time with the cows than with people these days. And she wanted a reason to get off the farm and connect with people. She didn't even have her own car, but she said, "Oh, my son can drive me around." And she knew all her neighbors. She said, "If I'm walking along the road, they'll just pick me up and bring me to the next farm. It's not a problem." She had it all figured out. She was so confident that she could do this and have fun with it. She didn't want to become someone else. She just wanted a reason to knock on doors. My instructions were really clear from my boss. She said, "Do not prejudge anyone. If they have $25 for the kit and they want to try, they get to try. If after 3 months it doesn't work, that's fine." So I showed her how it worked. The little baby lipsticks, the nail polish samples, how the brochures, how to fill out the order form for all the campaigns, all in this pink and gray case. And I drove away thinking, this doesn't make any sense. She doesn't look like an Avon lady. I had judged her, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. But I was always worried about looking the part myself in order to be taken seriously. About a year later, I was at a regional Avon training, and this woman walks up to me and says, "Hi, Monique, it's so nice to see you again." And I'm going, who is this woman? I didn't even recognize her. She had her teeth fixed, a stylish haircut, some makeup on. She looked so different, but she was still filled with confidence, and there was no cow poop on her pants that day. I recognized the friendliness, the easy laugh. Oh, she loved the work. It was fun. And she'd earned enough to buy herself a beater of a car. She changed the tire herself the month before. She was self-sufficient, resourceful. Her clients adored her. Avon had given her connection and some independence. She figured out the rest. And that's when I realized something a little uncomfortable. I hadn't judged her because of who she was. Looking back now, I realize I judged her because of how harshly I judged myself. I remembered that I had trouble understanding what the regional director had seen in me when she offered me the job in the first place. I mean, I needed to pick the right women for her, right? But the director knew better. And so did that farmer's wife. She didn't feel the need to prove herself to anyone. She was just having fun and making decisions for herself. You know, people pleasers are kind souls, for sure. But, and I want you to hear me here, they judge themselves the same way they judge others. And unfortunately, they became people pleasers because of the critics in their lives. So they judge themselves silently and mercilessly. People pleasing isn't kindness. It's self-surveillance. It's asking, am I acceptable yet? Do I look right? Am I doing this correctly? Will they approve of me? When we stop people pleasing, something fascinating happens. Our faces soften. Our shoulders drop. We stop bracing ourselves, and that chronic tension, it leaves our bodies. And that means inflammation eases. Chronic migraines and mystery headaches have no room in our lives. I see it in myself now. I didn't get younger. When I stopped walking on eggshells, I got freer. And when you stop performing for approval, your body notices before your mind does. So if you're a people pleaser, what's the first thing that has to happen to stop doing this to yourself? You know what? It's not confidence. It's not even boundaries. It's not mindset. Those are all good, but actually it's permission. Permission to be ordinary. Permission to be learning, to be making a mistake, to be seen mid-process. Most people pleasers grew up in an environment where love was conditional. Approval was earned. Safety depended on reading the room correctly. So we learned to shapeshift. But healing doesn't come from perfecting yourself. It comes from meeting yourself with grace. And when you do that, something remarkable happens. At first, you'll catch yourself judging others. But instead of feeling guilty, I invite you to look for what you don't like about yourself. Look for the lies that your environment taught you about yourself. Then take a deep breath and laugh at it. I mean it. It just disempowers those messages to laugh at what they said to you. You're on your way when you do that, because when you let go of trying to please them, their judgments leave too. And you don't have to try anymore because you're no longer judging yourself through the echoes of those old critics from your past. Grace isn't something you earn. It's something you practice, but with yourself first. And it helps if you've had a role model, someone confident who automatically treats you with kindness. That woman, she didn't change because Avon made her better. She was exactly the same inside. She changed because someone didn't disqualify her and she had an opportunity to change. That director was so smart. And maybe that's the invitation here. What if you didn't need to qualify yourself anymore? What if you stopped asking, am I enough? And started asking, what do I want here? Hey, how can I get it? And when you start giving yourself that kind of permission, everything changes. And you should do it because you matter.